welcome to gardenville.tv. Here we are at Bloom 2011. We're in Dublin, we're at the Phoenix Park, and this is just buzzing. You can hear the hum of people in the background. We are talking this morning to Ciaran Skelly from Plants Direct. Ciaran, I'm going to pass Susan on to you now. She's our plant expert and she'll be able to talk to you about what you're doing.
Hi, Ciaran. We're standing here in front of your acers, which I gather you specialise in.
Yes.
Now, acers are a huge range, and I'm afraid you're going to have to talk me through three of them here. First, we're going to start with this one here, which you tell me is a new variety.
Yes, Acer palmatum Taylor. It's a sport of Acer palmatum butterfly, but this one has much more of the pink in it. And it has the same variegation on the leaf as the butterfly. It's a nice compact variety. Stays quite small, only grows about 1 metre to 1.50 metre. And the autumn colour on it is quite good. It's a very strong red autumn colour.
And this would be quite happy growing in a pot, given a little shelter and...
Absolutely, yeah. You need to put it in a semi-ericaceous compost, so it's better to mix maybe some topsoil with an ericaceous compost. You grow it in the pot, and in the pot is ideal because you can actually move the pot to a sheltered location in the early spring, which is when the plant is most vulnerable to wind damage, and then you can put it out in the centre of your patio or decking or whatever during the summer when there's less risk of that happening. So it's an ideal plant for a pot, yes.
That's brilliant, because the young foliage does get wind damage sort of that early in the spring. The other one that caught my eye was this dissectum variety here. I'm going to let you pronounce it.
It's Dissectum tamiakiyama. It's another variety of the cut-leaf in the purple. And when I started in the business, first there was basically only the Dissectum verdis and Dissectum garnet were the only two. But now there's so many new varieties that are commonly available. This one is very like the garnet, but it's darker colour. And it's a good variety that arches down and weeps over, and it's a very good variety for a centerpiece in any sort of a plant, or in a pot indeed, or a centerpiece in a border or something like that.
That's super. Now the other one, which is my favourite, is the larger growing here, green one at the top, the Palmatum ozakazuki. So maybe you give us a bit on that.
Ozakazuki is one of the best autumn colour varieties, really fantastic autumn colour. It actually grows into a small tree, so unlike the one we looked at first, the Taylor, is actually maybe 5 times the size. It could actually, I've seen them up to 5 metres, although typically, normally about 3 metres. It's a good green variety during the summer, very strong grower, and in the autumn colour is second to none. It's probably the best autumn colour you get in your garden.
Now the other thing with acers is a neutral to acid soil essential, or will you get away with them if you have an alkaline soil?
They'll thrive better in the correct soil. So they will survive with pHs above 7 and slightly alkaline, but certainly if it was very alkaline, you would be in danger of stunting or completely killing the plant.
Right, so 7 and below is what is what we're talking about here.
Ideally, yes, just below 7, but they don't need to be very low. So I would always say mix some ericaceous compost through your soil, and that will give you, if you don't know your pH, that will give you the right result.
Well, that's brilliant for people who love these things and want to grow them no matter where. And the other thing, of course, as you were saying, is a little bit of shelter, especially in the early spring.
Yeah, the acers, just as the leaves are opening up in the spring, they're very delicate. And if we get some strong winds, especially frost-laden winds and that, it will burn the leaves, it will burn the edges of the leaves, and the plant will be unsightly. It's most unlikely to kill the plant, because the damage won't be sufficient to do that, but it will look unsightly till it has produced new leaves. The other thing, if I may say, about acers is, and some people don't realise this, they're actually tolerant of very, very low temperatures. Most of the acers in the country survive the last 2 winters, as they will, because they grow them across Central Europe and up into Scandinavia. So down to -20, -25, these plants are happy. Although some people lost plants because they were in containers. And the problem there was the frost got right into the roots from every angle. But in the ground where they have some frost insulation, there were no losses.
Well, that's great, because it's always a help for people to know how they should grow these things. And I'm going to hand back to Catherine to get your contact details.
Well, that's very informative. Along with what we're talking about with the acers, do you do other sorts of plants in your nursery?
I do indeed, yeah. We have a wholesale nursery, and we also have a retail aspect to it. The retail nursery is, that's Plants Direct. We've recently gone online, and we're on Facebook. And we have a base in Carbery in County Kildare, and we also have a nationwide delivery service.
Terrific. Now, can you give us your exact contact details, please, Ciaran?
Okay, it's the best one is www.plantsdirect.ie. Telephone number would be, probably the best number is 087 1304 957. And you can find us on Facebook as well.
Terrific. Well, Ciaran Skelly from Plants Direct, many thanks for talking to us at gardenville.tv today.